Bennett Inquiry – Key Issues. The David Bennett Inquiry was held in the UK to look into the death of David Rocky Bennett on the 30th of October 1998 in a medium-secure psychiatric unit in Norwich after being restrained by staff. David Bennett was a 38-year-old African Caribbean patient who had suffered mental illness for 18 years and had a diagnosis of schizophrenia. The inquiry into the death of David Rocky Bennett recommended that training in cultural competencies should become of paramount importance. Department of Health, 2003. David Bennett died as a result of positional asphyxia. Training in physical care during restraint, availability of appropriate equipment and staff were all lacking in the care of David Rocky Bennett. So following on from the inquiry, frontline staff are trained as a minimum in basic life support. The inquiry suggested a national model for physical interventions and a 3-minute rule for prone restraint, so highlighting the risks associated with positional asphyxia. Staff now receive training in cultural, diversity and sensitivity issues, which were not mandatory or well addressed prior to the inquiry. Department of Health, Positive and Proactive Care, April 2014. The Department of Health launched Positive and Proactive Care, reducing the need for restrictive interventions in April 2014. This guidance aimed at promoting the development of therapeutic environments and minimizing all forms of restrictive practices, so they are only used as a last resort. It's part of a wider 2-year initiative, the Positive and Safe Programme, to deliver this transformation across all health and adult social care settings. Key themes. Key themes from the guidance include developing therapeutic environments and encouraging a culture where restrictive physical interventions are only ever last resort. Involving service users and carers in planning, reviewing and evaluating care. The need to reduce the utilisation of physical interventions. That restrictive interventions are only used for the shortest time possible. All intervention should be least restrictive in nature to manage immediate risk. There must be no deliberate application of pain. The guidance also states staff must not deliberately restrain people in a way that impacts on their airway, breathing or circulation, such as face-down restraint on any surface, not just the floor. However, paragraphs 67 to 77, physical restraint and administration of rapid tranquilization, states that consideration for practice has to be made in regards to prone restraint may be necessary to administer medication. The guidance also states that post-incident review processes must be in place after any incident where restrictive interventions are utilised.